Fellow, today I stand before you with both the weight of responsibility and the pride of progress. Our country has been under siege for years, not just by terrorists, but by the forces that support and shelter them in the shadows. But the tide is turning. Thanks to the bravery of our defense and security forces, the support of our intelligence units, and the vigilance of our people, we have uncovered over 10,000 hideouts linked to Al-Qaeda and affiliated terrorist networks across our territory. These are not just numbers, these are locations where our enemies plotted fear, where weapons were stored, where innocent lives were targeted. We are breaking the infrastructure of terror. We are showing the world that Burkina Faso will never bow to violence, no matter how deeply it is buried. But today, those hideouts are exposed, emptied, dismantled, and under control. This achievement is not the end, it is a signal that we are reclaiming every inch of our land. To our enemies, we say this: there is no hiding place in the land of the upright. To our people, I say, remain strong, remain united, support our forces, report suspicious movements, and believe in our path to total liberation. We will not rest until every terrorist cell is uprooted, every corridor of smuggling is closed, and every citizen can sleep without fear. Burkina Faso is rising not with fear but with courage, not with dependence but with determination. Together we will defeat terrorism. Together we will protect our land. Together we will win. Long live the people. Long live Burkina Faso. Long live our sovereignty.
Welcome to Talk of Africa 360, your source for insightful news, analysis, and thoughtful commentary. If you value informed perspectives and fact-based reporting, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an update. Disclaimer: the content on this channel is based on reliable public sources and credible online information. It is intended strictly for educational and analytical purposes. We do not promote or endorse political violence, hate speech, or any form of discrimination. Our goal is to inform, not to inflame. Thanks for being here. Let's stay informed together.
Good evening and welcome to Talk of Africa 360, and tonight we bring you breaking news from Burkina Faso, a major breakthrough in the nation's fight against terrorism. In a stunning revelation, President Captain Ibrahim Traoré has confirmed that over 10,000 Al-Qaeda-linked hideouts have been discovered across the country. This unprecedented discovery marks one of the largest counterterrorism operations in the region's recent history. According to security sources, the hideouts were being used as command posts, weapons depots, and training camps for armed terrorist groups operating under the Al-Qaeda umbrella. The locations span across several provinces, many of them remote, forested, and previously inaccessible zones. Thanks to intensified intelligence gathering, community cooperation, and the unrelenting efforts of Burkina Faso's defense and security forces, the network is now being dismantled piece by piece. President Traoré emphasized that this operation is part of a broader mission to restore national sovereignty, security, and territorial control. He praised the courage of the armed forces and the vigilance of the Burkinabe people, saying, "There is no place for terrorists to hide in the land of the upright." Analysts are calling this a turning point, one that signals a shift in momentum against extremist groups that have plagued the Sahel for years. As security operations continue, authorities urge citizens to remain alert and report any suspicious activity. The message is clear: Burkina Faso is reclaiming its land and its future. In an extraordinary turn of events, Ibrahim Traoré, the president of Burkina Faso, has just made a stunning move that has left many scratching their heads. He has taken on the mighty Al-Qaeda terrorist group and is wiping out their bases at an astonishing rate of 10,000 bases destroyed in just 2 weeks. But what's even more mind-boggling is what he plans to do next. Join us as we explore the fascinating backstory of Ibrahim Traoré and discover the events that shaped him into the fearless leader he is today. Get ready to be captivated by a tale of courage, resilience, and unwavering determination in the face of adversity. Don't miss out on this opportunity to learn more about the man who is taking on Al-Qaeda and winning. They offer their heartfelt thanks to the security forces, recognizing that their safety and well-being are in the hands of these courageous individuals. Together, they stand united against the forces of darkness, determined to reclaim their lives and build a brighter future for themselves and their children. Watch now and be inspired by the incredible story of Ibrahim Traoré. It seems like the president of Burkina Faso has sent shockwaves throughout the nation and the international community with his bold move to eradicate the terrorist group Al-Qaeda from his country. After successfully dismantling a staggering 10,000 of their bases in just 2 weeks, many are curious about what his next move might be. This success has brought the country one step closer to ending the reign of terror that has plagued the region for years. But it hasn't been easy. Despite these obstacles, they have persevered, demonstrating courage and resilience in the face of danger. The victory against Al-Qaeda is a testament to the hard work and sacrifice of the Burkina Faso military. They have shown that with determination and the support of the people, it is possible to overcome even the most daunting challenges. There is still a long road ahead, and the security forces know that they must remain vigilant and steadfast in their pursuit of justice. They understand that the terrorists will not go down without a fight, and that there will be more attacks, more threats, and more attempts to undermine the hard-earned peace. The country has been grappling with a series of attacks by non-state armed groups and terrorist organizations that have resulted in the loss of life and property. The government has been under pressure to take action to protect its citizens and restore order. His recent announcement of a nationwide campaign to disarm civilians is just the latest example of his bold approach to tackling the country's complex security challenges. In response, Ibrahim Traoré has launched a nationwide campaign to disarm civilians. This campaign aims to confiscate illegal weapons and prevent their use in further violence. He understands that the path to stability and prosperity for Burkina Faso lies in creating an environment where all citizens can live in peace and security. As the deadline approaches, the nation is preparing for what will undoubtedly be a pivotal moment in its history, and he is committed to doing whatever it takes to achieve that goal. The decision to disarm or not will have profound implications for the country's future. Ultimately, the success of Ibrahim Traoré's bold move will depend on the cooperation and commitment of all parties involved. If all go according to plan, then Burkina Faso may finally be able to lay down the arms that have caused so much suffering and division. The journey towards peace and stability may be long and arduous, but with determination and perseverance, it is a goal worth striving for. He has reached out to various factions and groups involved in the conflict, seeking peaceful resolutions and avenues for dialogue. Through these efforts, Traoré hopes to address the root causes of the conflict and create a lasting peace in Burkina Faso. The level of participation from civilians will be closely monitored, as will the government's approach to confiscating illegal weapons. The international community is also watching closely, with many calling for a peaceful and inclusive process that respects the rights of all citizens. The government has set a deadline of January for people to hand over their weapons voluntarily. As the country moves forward, it is important to acknowledge and celebrate their success. Some groups have alleged that the government is targeting specific communities and leaving others unaffected. This could exacerbate tensions and lead to further violence. It remains to be seen how the disarmament campaign will play out and whether it will effectively address the security crisis in Burkina Faso. He recently announced a nationwide campaign to disarm civilians and has set a deadline of January for people to hand over their weapons. They believe that by disarming civilians, the government can effectively neutralize these threats and restore order. He understands that the proliferation of weapons in the hands of civilians has contributed to the cycle of violence and instability that has plagued the country for years. By taking steps to disarm civilians, Traoré aims to create a safer environment for all citizens and prevent the use of weapons in acts of violence and terrorism. On the other hand, critics argue that civilians need access to weapons to defend themselves against the very real threat posed by these groups. They worry that the disarmament campaign will leave ordinary citizens vulnerable and at the mercy of the extremists. This move has sparked both support and controversy. The people of Burkina Faso have shown solidarity and support for their military, understanding the difficult and dangerous task they face. This unity and cooperation are essential in the ongoing fight against terrorism. Now, many are questioning, what could possibly be going through his mind? Their victory against Al-Qaeda is a beacon of hope, showing that it is possible to overcome adversity and create a safer world. For the security forces of Burkina Faso, it's not just a job, it's a calling. It's a commitment to serving their country and ensuring the safety of its citizens. They are the guardians of peace in a time of chaos, the protectors of hope in the face of despair. And as long as they stand strong and united, the people of Burkina Faso can rest assured that they are in good hands. With the elimination of yet another terrorist hideout, they bring one step closer to ending the reign of terror that has plagued the region for far too long. But it's not just about the physical victories. It's also about the psychological impact on the local population. Perhaps he will prioritize initiatives to improve the lives of his citizens, such as investing in education, healthcare, and infrastructure projects. Others speculate that he may take a more diplomatic approach, working with neighboring countries to establish a regional task force that targets terrorist groups across borders. Whatever his next move may be, one thing is certain: Ibrahim Traoré has demonstrated exceptional leadership and bravery in his commitment to protecting his people and his country. Only time will tell what new challenges lie ahead for him and how he will continue to shape the future of Burkina Faso. Will he take his fight to Al-Qaeda's very core, or does he have something even more audacious up his sleeve? They've seen their loved ones taken hostage, their homes destroyed, and their communities torn apart. But thanks to the unwavering bravery of the Burkina security forces, the tide is finally turning. With each passing day, the people of Burkina Faso feel a glimmer of hope rekindled within them. They see the sacrifices made by their heroes in uniform and draw strength from their indomitable spirit. As we delve deeper into this enigmatic leader's strategy, one thing becomes clear: Ibrahim Traoré is not your average politician. He is a man on a mission, a trailblazer who is unafraid to take on the most formidable of foes. His audacity and determination are truly inspiring. And as we uncover his plans, we can't help but be amazed by his brilliance and foresight. But what is the story behind this enigmatic leader, and how did he rise to power? As the dust settles on another successful operation, the brave soldiers of Burkina Faso take a moment to celebrate their latest victory against the merciless Al-Qaeda terrorists. The people of Burkina Faso have lived in fear of the vicious Al-Qaeda for far too long. As the news of the latest victory spreads through the region, a sense of relief and gratitude washes over the people. But despite the progress made, the battle against Al-Qaeda is far from over. Still, they stand firm, ready to defend their homeland and protect its people from harm. What's next for Ibrahim Traoré after destroying 10,000 Al-Qaeda bases? Will he continue to take on other terrorist groups operating in the region, or perhaps focus on rebuilding his war-torn country? Burkina Faso's military has recently achieved an impressive victory against the Al-Qaeda terrorist group, eliminating 10,000 of their bases in just 2 weeks. The Burkinabe military has faced numerous challenges, including a lack of resources and the vast network of the terrorist group. This achievement has not gone unnoticed. The international community has praised the Burkinabe military for their bravery and effectiveness in combating terrorism. As Burkina Faso continues to work towards a more peaceful and stable future, the legacy of courage and resilience displayed by the military will serve as an inspiration to all. Ibrahim Traoré, the president of Burkina Faso, has been making bold moves to tackle the security crisis in the country. Supporters argue that it is necessary to eliminate the threat posed by non-state armed groups and terrorist organizations that have been destabilizing the country. Regardless of the controversy, it is clear that the security situation in Burkina Faso is dire. However, there are concerns that the campaign may not be inclusive enough. Ibrahim Traoré has been making significant strides in restoring order and security in Burkina Faso since he took office. At the heart of Traoré's strategy is his commitment to prioritizing the safety and well-being of the people of Burkina Faso. Another key aspect of Traoré's approach is his recognition of the need for dialogue and reconciliation. Despite the challenges and controversies surrounding his approach, Traoré's commitment to the safety and security of his country and its people remains steadfast. Ibrahim Traoré's recent announcement of a nationwide campaign to disarm civilians by January has sent shockwaves throughout Burkina Faso and beyond. The coming weeks will be crucial in determining the success of the disarmament campaign. As the January deadline looms, the people of Burkina Faso find themselves at a crossroads. Thank you for watching.
As reactions continue to pour in from across the continent, one thing is clear: Africa is demanding respect, sovereignty, and accountability. Was this just a diplomatic misstep or a deeper sign of shifting global alliances? We'll be watching closely. If you found this story important, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real, unfiltered African news. This is Talk of Africa 360, telling the stories that matter.